What's going on YouTube? Big Dog Brett. 1 month, and then the kickings are gonna start. I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm really looking forward to UGA getting out there and getting on the road to another college football playoff and maybe another championship berth. It's gonna be a fun ride this year. UGA is favored so far in every game we're gonna play, and it's a nice feeling. So let's jump into the schedule real quick. It's gonna be a short video. I'll do a more in-depth video on all these teams coming up as we get closer to the games, but here's the basic breakdown for those of you who haven't had a chance to look at the schedule or study it very much. We're gonna play Austin Peay. Then we're going to go to South Carolina. Then we're going to play Georgia Middle. We're going to play Middle Tennessee. Then we're going to go to Missouri. Then we're going to play Tennessee at home. Play Vandy at home. Vandy at home. Then we're going to go to LSU. Then we're going to play Florida and Jacksonville. Then we're going to go to Kentucky. Then we're going to play Auburn at home. Play UMass at home, and then Georgia Tech at home. So, quick breakdown. We're gonna crush Austin Peay. South Carolina's already talking smack. Not worried about South Carolina. They just don't have the depth that they have. I wouldn't be surprised if South Carolina jumps out and gets a few scores early, and then Georgia comes back and clobbers them. Middle Tennessee may give us a run for our money more than regular Tennessee, but there's still not going to be a show to be seen there. Georgia goes to Missouri. Missouri has no defense. They do return Andrew Locke, but not worried about that guy either. Tennessee, they quit in their own spring game, so who knows what they're going to do when they play us. Georgia's going to beat the ever-living bejesus out of them. Georgia at Vandy. Georgia's going to beat the ever-living bejesus out of them. Georgia versus LSU. We're going to go to LSU. Ted Abba Jabrama Lama Ding Dong. I don't believe he's going to be able to get those players to do anything. LSU's supposed to have a pretty decent team this year, but I just don't see how Georgia's going to lose that game. They got some talent. They always have talent. LSU is going, depending on who picks that game up, maybe an early game, maybe a night game. It just depends. LSU wants it to be a night game, but everybody does. But I see Georgia winning that game solidly. Georgia, Florida. If Florida can get enough players on the field to play the game, we're going to beat them. Otherwise, they're going to have to forfeit. I think at this particular point, they have more players on probation or in jail than they have on the active roster that can play. Georgia versus University of Kentucky. Not worried about that game either. That's a basketball school. Georgia versus Auburn. It's at Georgia. Auburn's terrible on the road. They always have been. Auburn's probably going to think this is going to be a revenge game for them. But Georgia's not going to let the hammer up at all. They're going to put the hammer down again. I think that Kirby Smart's had enough time to kind of study Auburn to figure out, all these little fantasy schemes they do. And by the time that we get, 7 or 8 games deep in the season here, be the 8th game, 10th game of the season, whatever, which is around about the time we played them last year. But I just got a feeling that Georgia's going to have a much better grasp this year to what to look for out of Auburn. Georgia versus UMass. I don't think UMass has ever beaten Georgia, nor should they ever have a reason to. This is just another game where Georgia's giving money away to keep a college open. So Georgia should crush them. And of course, Georgia's Georgia Tech game at the end of the year. It's going to be played on November 24th. And then after that, we'll be going to the SEC Championship. I don't see anybody in here that can really beat Georgia. I certainly don't see anybody in here that should be in contention for trying to win the SEC East other than Georgia. This is a great schedule for Georgia. We don't have anybody that's really going to cause us a whole lot of damage. So I think Georgia's got a lot of players that are going to be looking to make breakout games. You're going to see Justin Fields spread throughout this mix. You're going to see a lot of ground game from Georgia, but you're also going to see that the passing game open up a little more. You're not going to see Justin Fields as a starter. That's not going to happen. Maybe a great kid, but Jake Fromm just continues to improve, and that's good for Georgia, and that's good for Justin Fields, and it's good for Jake Fromm. The running back situation is phenomenal as always. We're gonna put a ton of yards on the field, on the ground. We're gonna put a ton of yards in through the air, but primarily going to be a run team first, which is the way it should be. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a great year. I'm really excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see Georgia get out there and get after it. Looks like everybody's healthy right now. Hopefully it stays that way. I don't know what Kirby's done to curb the disciplinary problems that Georgia seemed to be plagued by in previous years, but that seems to have either gone away or at least tapered down quite a bit. So really excited about that, happy about that. Coaching staff's doing a great job keeping these players focused, but they also seem to be doing quite a bit on the recruiting trail, picking up quite a bit of talent already for the 2019 signing class. It's almost impossible to take a picture of a group of UGA recruits for 2019 and not have multiple 5-stars in the picture. So that should give you an idea of the upcoming talent that Georgia has and is stacking up and lining up. It's getting to the point where the new players, the 5-star players, are committing earlier and earlier to Georgia because they know that those slots, those scholarships are going to fill up. So that's great. Georgia's managed to go into a couple other places and pull some top recruits out of those states like Louisiana, and we're going to continue to do so. Kirby Smart and his staff are doing a great job keeping Georgia on the right track. This year is going to be a monster of a year. We're going to go in and crush, absolutely crush some teams this year. Look for Georgia to put a lot of points on the board. Other than that, guys, not a whole lot. Going to keep the video kind of short. Jump in the comment section, tell me what you think about this upcoming season. I'll be putting out an Austin Pay video, some hype video stuff here pretty soon. I'm starting to get back into the swing of things. I normally take the off season, I take it off, or did take it off. We've had some new additions to the family, so along with just life getting in the way. So look forward to a lot more videos coming from me coming up soon, guys. Also going to be building a Patreon page, and I'll start listing the link in the description in that soon. If you guys have any questions, throw them down in the comment section. We'll throw some trash talk down in there. Go ahead. I'll be making those trash talk videos soon. Looking forward to any information anybody can throw in there about upcoming recruits or an inside track. We'd love to hear from you guys. If you have any videos you want me to make, feel free to throw some information down in the comment section on what you'd like to see in the upcoming videos. If you like the videos so far, I think it's worth a like, a subscribe, and a share. I want to try and get to 500 subscribers this year, so if you guys would, please share, like, and subscribe. And again, thank you guys so much for watching the videos. Can't believe you guys even take the time to do it, but I really appreciate it. Thanks again, and go Dogs.